So we are in the 2022 Lexus NX350 and we are in the F Sport package. You have this 3-spoke steering wheel from Lexus, beautiful, with these touchscreen controls or these touch controls for your heads-up display, for your main dash, and this 14-inch beautiful display. You can see right now we're stopped at a red light. It shows you what's around you while you're at in this red light and what's in front of you, because this has cameras across the entire outside of this car. Mark Levinson audio system, beautiful stitched red leather seats, fully heated and cooled, ventilated with a heated steering wheel. And then again, this engine has a lot of punch in the low end. This single 4-cylinder turbocharged engine making 275 horsepower and 317 pound-feet of torque. And you can kind of see how much capable torque this has, and it can get fast. You can definitely pick up speed with this car, which I love. And again, I love the instrument cluster here. Again, if I go ahead, different mode, sport mode, then I can go into Sport Plus. That will go ahead and adjust the adaptive suspension that is on this car for the F Sport model. Again, if you want to go ahead, take control yourself, go ahead with the paddles, downshift. You can go ahead, 8-speed automatic transmission. Now again, this is a nice place to drive in this car. Full of tech features, safety features, navigation, wireless CarPlay, Android Auto, fully wireless, wireless car charging for your phone as well. You also have the ability to get some more storage down here with a 12-volt. You have USB-C, USB-A capabilities, some cup holders. You have your 8-speed, obviously, automatic transmission here. They can go ahead and shift. We're in this beautiful seat, this F Sport seat, very comfortable with this great steering wheel. Love the perforated leather, love the grips, nice and thick. And then as well, these seats are fully adjustable, lumbar, height, everything fully adjustable, all electronic. The great thing, the main thing in this interior that's new for the Lexus NX is this huge touchscreen, right? Beautiful, looks great, easy to go ahead and reach for those controls, but with some of those knobs and dials for your main HVAC and volume controls, which I like. So right now we're stopped, and again, one of the features I just talked about was, do you like it necessarily that the front camera is actually showing you what's in front of you? I think it can be a little distracting because it switches over, but that's okay. One of the greatest things about this touchscreen display is actually you don't even have to touch it. You can go ahead, use OK Google or Hey Lexus to talk and get navigation results to any destination that you want to go to. So, for example, I want to go to an authentic Greek cuisine restaurant. I think it's called, what's the restaurant?
Atlantis Greek Cuisine.
Atlantis Greek Cuisine. Hey Lexus. Hey Lexus.
What do you want to do?
Take me to Atlantis Greek Cuisine in Toronto.
I found Atlantis Authentic Greek Cuisine near Toronto. Would you like to go now?
Yes, I would.
Calculating route to Atlantis Authentic Greek Cuisine. Starting route guidance.
All right, that was pretty simple.
About 2 miles to Erin Mills Parkway.
Well, there you go. I'm impressed. It did that really well. And again, you have this huge display. I really do like this. Go ahead, zoom in, zoom out. It's responsive, and it's big enough that I don't have to strain myself. I can actually, from my peripheral vision, go ahead and look at that, and it's not straining to me. I love that. Temperature controls, you have all here. You have your heated and cooled seat controls here. I have it on full cool. If you wanted to do the heated steering wheel, you can. You have all those controls here, and for your passenger as well. The passenger can go ahead, adjust all of this to their liking. You do have this button here, which I really like. This is like the button, once you're going ahead and stopping, if you press this, it will show all around you. Now we're at a stop, it's gonna show the front end, and you do see that full kind of screen around you. It does have cameras around the entire area of the car. And I'm in sport mode right now. If I want to go ahead, downshift, put that paddle down, downshift, and then I can go ahead, you know, give it a little bit of a pump here with that turbocharged engine. And Lexus has done a great job with that engine. It doesn't have much turbo lag. It's actually quite smooth. What I like about Lexus engines, well, they're not the most powerful, they're not the most fuel efficient, they do a great job with giving great, consistent, and buttery smooth power delivery, which I really like. And again, I'm 5'9". I have tons of room on top of my head, so there's not too much there. If you're a taller person, you don't have to worry. Again, the seat is fully adjustable, you know, any which way you like. Steering wheel also fully adjustable electronically. You have all that with you here. Memory seats, so 3 different memory seating options. You also have full controls here for all your mirrors, everything. All that's pretty standard and basic. And then I do like these touchpad controls, right? I can go ahead and see everything on my heads-up display. If I want to activate voice guidance, I can. Very easy. Touch this, go to audio modes, whatever else I want. If I want to listen to that sound system, I can do all that. And again, this car does have power. Downshift go. If you need to pick up,
Proceed about 1 mile to QEW.
and you can go. Really simple. So I really do believe if you're looking for a luxury SUV, you have to make a decision. Do you want the best power? Do you want the best reliability? Do you want the best infotainment and technology? What is it going to be? With the Lexus, you kind of get nearly the best of everything. I'd say the little bit of the weakness is in the engine in comparison to the competition, but you get that Lexus reliability, you get all that technology, all of that stuff in one package, which I really like. And again, this has a whole host of these smart capabilities and safety features that I think for a 2022 SUV is, you know, table stakes. You want all that. So what else? We have obviously the driving mode selector right here, so you can go into eco if you'd like, you know, press it down, that's eco mode, go into the next mode, which is sport mode, go into the next mode, sport plus, and you see that up here as well. So you have that. This is your shifter. Some people don't like the shifter. I think it's perfectly fine. It's electronic, so it's not, you're not actually moving anything. You're just kind of pushing this to the left and moving it left or right. Not such a big issue. Everything else is here in terms of traffic or traction control, your parking brake, all of that jazz is here. And then as well, you're gonna have a whole bunch of this highway ability, highway drive assist, lane keep assist, which we're gonna get on the highway to test a little bit more about. And it's all gonna be part of this package. Again, I just think really, in terms of the driving experience of what you want with a daily driver, you're looking for something that's comfortable, you're looking for something that's safe, you're looking for something that gets you enough power for when you need it, which I believe this car does, and something that'll go ahead and connect with you and all your technology in a very simple and easy way. And you have all that. I think this interior is also beautiful. I love this red, right, with this black. It really does bring it this aggressive, sporty feel to it, matches the exterior, and I love the exterior of this car. I think it's one of the most beautiful SUVs that you can buy. I've always loved Lexus design. Some people are polarized on it. I personally think the front, back, everything on this car, I think they did a great job on, especially with this F Sport package. Just really aggressive, really nice in terms of its sportiness, but it doesn't feel overly sporty. It still feels like a luxury SUV, which is what I want it to feel like. And so now we get on the highway, we're gonna go ahead and put on all the assists. So this is gonna have my full lane keeping assist, so it's gonna keep me in this lane, and then it's gonna have my full adaptive cruise control, which I'm gonna get. And so right now it's set at about 3 car lengths. I have it set to 102 kilometers an hour, and it's gonna go ahead and drive for me. Now, the one thing I don't like about this technology is the fact that it's gonna ask me to touch the steering wheel so often. It does it about every 20 seconds, which, you know, on the Hyundai it did it about every, and see again, the one other issue which I've also talked about is the fact that if you're in the right-hand lane, it can sometimes get a little bit confused and want to go off into the on-ramp or onto the exit ramp over there. Now, if you're keeping it like this, it does a great job, and I'm gonna actually go ahead and go into the middle lane and really test it out in the middle lane how it's gonna do, but it does do a great job here. It does keep in the lane, but it does ask for touching the wheel too often. With the Tesla, it does it, you know, maybe 45 seconds to a minute. The Hyundai, the same thing. This is doing it in like 20 seconds. There you go. It does it with a visual cue at first in the heads-up display in here, then it goes out with an audio cue. You know, it's not the end of the world. I just wish they gave a little bit more leniency how often you go ahead and have to touch the steering wheel. But the entire point is it does reduce a little bit of the fatigue for highway driving, which is what we're doing now. You obviously, here's my phone on this wireless charging pad, which I love. That's awesome. USB-C, USB. You have a little nook here for anything else. 2 cup holders. You have some additional storage in here, which you can access from both sides, passenger and driver, which is awesome. Again, full panoramic roof above us, Love that capability, love that feature. It just really adds a lot of airiness into the cabin. And then this, if you can't see what's behind you, you have a whole bunch of stuff here, you can go ahead, flip this, and it's a full HD camera for your rear view mirror. Love that feature. I really do think that's a standout feature, you know, especially if you're bringing a whole bunch of stuff, it's filled up in the back. Great, go ahead, turn on the camera. I'm gonna go back to the regular mode. You have all that here as well. And then obviously your sunroof, everything is fully controllable and programmable from up here. So really, this is great. I love this. The heads-up display, very bright and very clear, by the way. And it does give you some indication if cars are to your left or to your right, they're coming into your lane. It does help you with that. So it kind of puts all this information in front of you as a driver and makes driving less fatiguing on the highway, right? Which is what I like. So right now I'm going to switch to eco mode. We're back into eco, and again, the other feature that this does have is during turns, it's not going to slow down the car abruptly. Like with the Hyundai, when you're going on a turn on the highway, it was slowing down, it felt a bit uncomfortable. But this car specifically with the F Sport package has a feature where it's going to keep that speed during turns on the highway, and it just makes it a lot easier to drive. But again, so you see how many times I'm touching the steering wheel. I don't necessarily like that. I think it's doing it a little bit too often, but hey, that's what you have to do. This is Lexus, that's the way they have it. Maybe they can go ahead and update that over the air, which, by the way, you can. So this car is fully supported for over the air updates, so you can go ahead and get the latest updates from Lexus. But I really do love the driving experience of this car. In terms of noise that you hear from the outside, it's minimal. You're on these 20-inch alloy wheels. Look at this highway, lots of bumps, absorbing all the shock well with that adaptive suspension. It's really doing a great job. And I don't feel like it's going left or right in the lanes, right? It's actually keeping nice and straight on this lane for me. And it's doing a great job. Now, of course, I'm not gonna do a full video on the entire technology stack here, but you can go ahead, right? You have your full music. If you have music, you have your calling. For your calling, if you have your connected device. My device is not connected on this right now, but I was testing it. So again, full wireless, Apple CarPlay, Android Auto, it's got everything. And now we're gonna see a little bit, a test. We're coming into some traffic. Is it gonna slow down for me? It has detected that. It's slowing down, all automatically. That's great. And it knows I wanna go into a cruise of 102, but it's slowing down because people in front of me are slowing down. Traffic is happening. Look, it's doing this all by itself. My legs, my arms, I'm not doing nothing. It's slowing down. It does want me to keep touching the steering wheel, which is okay, that's fine, but this just makes it a lot easier to drive, right? I just feel a little bit more at rest. You know, the worst thing as a driver, as someone that loves driving, is this rush hour traffic. It's honestly pretty miserable, and it's just doing this work for me. And it does pick up, actually, believe it or not. It picks up quite aggressively and well when it does clear up. And I have this set to give me a good distance between me and the following car. And look at that. Now it's really slowing down. It does want me to touch the wheel. And it's doing a great job. And it's not abrupt, which on some cars I really didn't like. It would like come up to the leading car and then quickly brake. And now it's just picking back at its speed, and now it's accelerating. Good job, Lexus. It's a smooth experience, that's for sure. The only nick, or the little point that I'd say, is if you're in the right lane on the highway, it does tend to want to exit off into that off-ramp. Really good noise characteristics from the outside. I don't hear too much wind noise. The engine does, you do hear the engine a bit when you're going hard, but you want that, right? You bought an F Sport. You want to hear a little bit of that. And the exhaust sounds good too, not overly crazy. This car actually doesn't have any visible exhaust outlets on this car, so you don't have any dual exhaust or quad exhaust, none of that. You just have nothing. So that's a little bit weird. I kind of wish they did have some exhaust tips. That would be nice for an F Sport, but that's okay. It's not the end of the world for that. Otherwise, love the system, love all the technology for the infotainment on this NX350. Look, I just can't stop talking about this. It makes the most horrific driving experience you can imagine into something that's bearable. Better than bearable. I'm just chilling. I've just literally just been caressing the steering wheel once in a while, and I'm like laid back. I don't feel stressed. I need this car. What am I doing? I need to talk to my buddy and see maybe I can buy this car from him. Like, it's just worth the stress savings alone. If you're commuting in highways like this misery, it takes the misery away. It's unbelievable how this technology can do that. Like, you think to a degree it can, but to be honest with you, to make it absolutely perfect. And look, even at these stops, that's the other thing. So like 3 kilometers an hour, again, I'm not touching or pressing the gas or anything. Even at these slow speeds, it can still pick up, right? It knows how much to pick up. Even more aggressively, let's say it just clears up right away, it'll kick up right away and start accelerating, which I love, because then the people behind you aren't annoyed. I actually don't feel like I need to take control of the car because it's doing it all the way I would do it. It's probably, you know, a bit on the safe side, but that's okay. It's not at the annoying side where it's like annoyingly slow or annoyingly slow to react. It does things briskly when it does want to react. This is the best. I love it. Bravo, Lexus. You did a great job with this. The only thing I'd say, let me touch the steering wheel, not every 20 seconds, every 40 seconds. Put that through an over-the-air update, and I think you really have a winner. Just that little change, and then you have like a champion in your hands in terms of its self-driving and capabilities on the highway. And so now here we have a closed road. So I'm gonna go ahead and see how it's gonna do here. It's slowing down now because it detects the infinity in front. Wow, this is impressive. This is very impressive. Again, I'm not touching any of the controls, none of the gas, none of the braking, none of the steering. She's just going, and she's doing great. It detects this Elantra coming, it's slowing down, and everything that this car is doing is progressive. Nothing is right hitting your face. It's very smooth. Just like the engine power delivery, Lexus loves smooth. Even this technology is very, very smooth in operation. I'm just chilling. Chilling like a villain. I hope you guys enjoyed this video. I love this car. I think they've done a great job. And of course, I'm a Lexus fanboy because I know this thing can probably last hundreds of thousands of kilometers and not have an issue. Lexuses are known for reliability. That's why they have such a great brand prestige, and that's why a lot of people come and buy from Lexus and Toyota. Such great vehicles, and this is a great SUV. Well, I hope you guys enjoy this video. I will catch you guys in the next one.